Akidavach. So I'll tell you, Maisa, at this point, Baruch Hashem, everyone has heard of Reb Shaila Karastir. Reb Shaila's Rebbe was Reb Hershel Lisker. So Reb Shaila's Rebbe, was also good friends with the Heilige Kamarna, Reb Isaac of Kamarna, the Baal Heichal Bracha. This is the Maisa of the Kamarna and Reb Hershel Lisker, that they, again, who knew each other. So the Maisa goes like this. There was a certain issue going on with the government, some political issue going on, and the Tzadikim were gathering together in order to try to help, whatever the issue was. So, the Kamarna and Reisel Kamarna and Reb Hershela both traveled together. They came from different towns, obviously, but they I guess, at some spot they met up, and they traveled together in the same wagon to the capital city. So while they're traveling to the capital city, the Kamarna says to Reb Hershela, he says that traveling to this city, he says, I had kfitzas aderech twice. Kfitzas aderech, right? A miracle takes place that you're able to get to your destination quicker than normal. It happened to me twice, the Kamarna said. First, it happened when I was traveling with my Rebbe, Reb Hershel Zakutinsky, that we were once traveling to this town, and in the schus of my Rebbe, we had kfitzas aderech. And the second time it happened, I was traveling myself, and I was able to be zeicher to kfitzas aderech. That's what the Kamarna says to Reb Hershel Lisker. So Reb Hershel responds, and he says with a smile on his face, he says, when I need to do kfitzas aderech, you know what I do? I give my horses a really good breakfast that's able to get kfitzas aderech. So the Kamarna laughs. He laughs from that. A few minutes later, Reb Hershel turns to the Kamarna, and he says, we were talking about kfitzas aderech before. I'll tell you a mice about kfitzas aderech. So what's the mice? He said there was a Rav that I know, that I'm familiar with, and he was actually staying in this town that we're going to, this capital city. He was staying by a certain Baal boss, by a certain person in this town, for a politician, chashuv person. And in order to get, when this Rav was traveling from his hometown to this Baal boss's home in the capital, it was about a 5-hour distance. So when this Rav was traveling to the Baal boss's home, the politician's home, instead of taking 5 hours, it took 7 hours. So it was delayed. He got delayed. When the Baal boss received him, he said, I'll tell you, Rav, I'm a little bit disappointed. He said, how are you disappointed? He said, because not so long ago, I had in my home so-and-so, a different Rav, and he also comes from an area similar to you, which is a 5-hour distance away. And when he traveled home from my house, he had kfitzas aderech. He was able to get home in 3 hours. And you, coming from the same distance, are coming to me, instead of taking 5 hours, it takes 7 hours. So it seems that you're not on the same level as this other Rav. So this Rav responds to Baal Bas, he says, it's not a kasha. He was going away from your home. To run away from you, 3 hours. But I'm schlepping to you, going to you. See, I'm dragging my feet. That's why it's taking 7 hours. The Kamarna laughs again. After the Kamarna laughed again, then they were both Reb Hershela and the Kamarna were zeicher to kfitzas aderech, and they got to this town in just a few minutes later. So when the Kamarna's son said over this Maisa, he said that, what do you take away from it? What's the lesson? He said that sometimes kfitzas aderech could happen in all sorts of ways. A person can have kfitzas aderech because of divine names, because of big madrigas. But sometimes simcha alone, just laughing and just being happy, also gets kfitzas aderech. Kfitzas aderech doesn't just mean, obviously the classic sense, that means, crossing a distance in a short amount of time. But there's also this kfitzas aderech on highways, and there's also kfitzas aderech in one's avodas Hashem. A person has a certain goal to get to in their avodas Hashem that takes a certain amount of time and a certain amount of years in order to get there. In order to get kfitzas aderech, in order to get to the madrigas and the levels that we need to get to quick, sometimes the eitz is simcha. Simcha is players gather. When a person's happy, you're able to break through boundaries, you're able to get to the places they need to get to quicker. Hashem should bless us this week. Shataka be a week of simcha and bracha and nachas in a way that's adbeli dai. B'vias kol tzad barachim here. Amen.